Okay, hello there. I don't want this to be too long of a video, but I'm gonna go over this here. This brand new minigame or game mode or whatever you want to call it of mine. This, at least currently built in challenge mode. If someone wants to help me with custom game mode stuff, reach out to me. Because I do want to actually make a custom game mode just for like these kinds of maps and stuff for this. But let's just get right into it. And of course there's rules down here too. And kind of this also kind of introduces you, but I'm gonna go through and introduce things kind of too in this video and go over the rules. So let's just begin. Right now there's only one map in the pack, but more should be coming in the future. And it doesn't all have to just be by me. It can be by others too. The first thing. This is just me right now. I don't have anyone else, but you will want to do this with more than one player. This is like a multiplayer thing. But basically, first thing is, from whatever your group is, you want to split into teams. In this case, there's 2 teams. But different maps can have different numbers of teams. Maybe even down the line there will be single player maps or something. I'm not sure. But that's for the future. I'm just going to go over all this right now. So you want to split into, in this case, into 2 teams, but really it's however many teams or spots for you want to split into. And then whichever team you just basically each team goes down one of these path things here. I'll go down this one. And then this is your build area. And basically over here, all these different parts, you can use these. You can use some of them, you can use all of them, whatever. These are your parts to build with. Build your forts, your attack vehicles, whatever it is you're building. The only real thing that's a limitation, other than what parts the map gives you, is you must put your walk capsule somewhere. You must place it down somewhere. I'll give a small little example here. Not much of one because I don't want this to be too long, but say you have some cardboard and you have your walk capsule. You want to defend this at all costs. If the other team takes out your capsule, you lose. If any of your other teams take out your capsule, you lose. Like there, I have this right now. This isn't a very good fort, but this is for an example case. And then, I'm not gonna go through how to build a vehicle and stuff, obviously. But basically, after you have your thing built, once you're done, your team's done building, you go back to the spawn booth here, and you hit the switch next to your path. And then other team, once in this case there's two, but it would be other teams, whatever other teams there are, how many other teams there are, they'll go from their paths when they're done, they would hit their switch when they're done. Now, there's going to be a slight pause here. I'm going to cut to where I have something built over there too, just so I can have a little more of an example. Okay, now that that's all straight, this team's done building, so they do their switch. The walls here, they come up, so you can now see what's on each side, and the battlefield's clear. And then there isn't really a rush, but when you're ready to actually start fighting, this button. I have a little countdown. Gates opening, and then you just rush out. Let's say I'm on the purple team, and also I've painted both teams' creations for the sake of illustration, so you can see what teams is which. I'd actually recommend probably doing this if you want to avoid any confusion on what's from what team, but there's not a strict requirement. Basically, okay, from that team I've come over here. Aha! I found I've gotten the walk. I found where the walk is. Oh look, the walk is dead. Blue just lost. But let's say I was blue in this scenario. And let's pretend that the walk is still here and I haven't been killed yet. Look what I've done over here. Blue had like a little defense around their walk, and they had nothing else. They had no defenses other than just the single wall of cardboard, and they had nothing to really fight back with. Purple had something to fight back with. They didn't have anything to defend their walk, which makes their walk easy pickings. So if blue is able to get over here quicker and get their walk quicker, blue would have won. And I believe I've about covered everything with the battling. There's a few things I want to go over with the actual building. A few more little things. It's not much. But basically, yes, it depends on the map, on what parts you have, which is a big factor of what your limitations are. But also, if you want to, you can add your own little rules, like you're not allowed to use glitches, or you can't use spud guns, or you can only use so many spud guns and they have to be on so of a timer, or you can't use metal and explosives, or something like that. You can have your own little rules. Play it how you want. These are just like the basic rules. Even between like different maps, like these are the basic rules. Basic rules, this is what you're following first. But there can be certain maps, depending on like their design and stuff, they are allowed to add their own additional rules. So I believe I've covered all the basic rules at this point. I think I have. I think that's it. Is there anything else I'm going to be saying here quick? It's battlefield area here. This battlefield is neither of these teams' zones. They're not like, you can't build in this zone. Also, partially a challenge mode limitation, but you can't build after you've started the battle. There can be future maps that, if they can get around that build limitation, they can allow building. That's why it's not specifically in the rules. But for basic maps like this one, you're just, once the battle starts, you cannot build. If the map allows you to build afterwards, feel free to build afterwards. Once all the parts are gone, you can't really keep building. Start with the parts that are on your own side, but I will say this for rules too. After the battle starts, if you can get to their chests of their stuff, you can steal it. You're allowed to take their stuff at that point. Not before the battle starts, but once you're in battle mode, you can try to infiltrate their stockpiles and steal their stuff. And if there's like 3 teams or more and you take that team out, you're free to take all the resources for yourself. You're free to rip apart anything that you can rip apart and use it for yourself. If they have intact vehicles, you can use them yourself. So long as the team is not still alive, you can steal their vehicles. You can use their stuff. But it's not exclusive. It's not just because you're the one that took out their walk. It's just you that can use that stuff. It's anybody on the map, any of the other teams that can use them, because that team is out and their stuff is just now unclaimed. If there's a team that's still alive and in the fight, you cannot steal their vehicles and use their stuff. Unless you want to make a change to like rules for like how you're doing things for yourself. But just like basic rules there. Part of the basic rules. You can change these a bit as you wish. You cannot steal if the team's still alive. But that's it now. That's all. That's all I have to say. I will be also making a short guide on tips and tricks for building your own maps soon too. And once that video is published, I'll link in the description of this video as well as on the challenge pack for the maps that I built. So far it's just this one, but I'll be linking on that challenge pack. I'll also be linking that challenge pack, this challenge pack itself, in the description of this video too. But that's it. That's it. Hope you have a wonderful day.